are live and it's Friday night again, would you believe it? So, guys, how are yous? How the devil are yous? I've not seen yous for a week.
Well, yeah, because you've left us in the basement with no food and water. That's nice, isn't it?
I know, it's absolutely terrible. Hiya, Nigel. So, I want to do a couple of shout-outs tonight. The first shout-out goes to young Nick Canoe, because Nick Canoe's got the Rona. So, he's feeling, really shitty. So, guys, please send your love to Nicholas. Get well soon. We all love you. And my second one is for my friend whose wife is in intensive care fighting for her life. And I hope prayers get sent to her as well, because it's not looking good, guys. And all we can do is keep faith and keep hope that she will pull through. So, with that being said, tonight is going to be quite controversial, right? Because the subject may ruffle a few feathers. So let's all keep it nice and calm, because at the end of the day, we're all entitled to their opinions. You might not agree with what's been said tonight, but let's go for it. I'll do a couple of shout-outs. Nigel for the North Pole. Hello. Hi, Nettie. Hi, Joanne. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Bev. So, the Paranormal Code of Conduct. Now, if there was such a thing as the Paranormal Code of Conduct, I think a lot of paranormal investigators would be screwed.
Yes.
Extremely screwed. So, I'm going to go around these, starting with Ian. So, Ian, come on. In the Paranormal Code of Conduct, what would you like to see? Or what do you think should be there?
Well, you've definitely need to act respectful to all involved, including the dead, and and the living, and as in many cases, you don't know what you're dealing with. So if you start taunting things and being aggressive, that's what you're going to get back. And especially when you're dealing in people's houses, if you walk away, you're leaving them to deal with the aftermath, which is not the thing to do. But I see too many people doing it, including those very high-rated TV shows, which I won't mention.
Yeah, let's not mention names or we will be getting our ass sued. What about you, Bri? What would you want to see in the Paranormal Code of Conduct?
Well, I think a lot of it's actually, and I've mentioned it quite a few times, I'm probably not liked for it either, but what the hell. It's actually people that's making money from paranormal that set these standards. Now, in some respects, they're okay, but in a lot of respects, it's all based around money. And for me, how can you exploit spirit? Where do they get the benefit from it? If you go into a venue and you're paying X amounts to get into this building, that's to get into the building. It's not paranormal based, is it? Because have they got permission from the spirit? No. Nobody's contemplating or respecting spirit, which is that's what paranormal's supposed to be about. So for me, it's a bit of a catch-22. But nobody approaches that angle. Why? Because there's money involved.
Exactly. Hi, Rosalind. Beth says, hey, Ragnar, I hope your being's okay now. Hi Siobhan and hi Mark. Right, here's the thing, right? The thing, if I had to see something in the paranormal code of conduct, it would be the ones that are bullies, the ones that try and ruin you. And I've seen in the paranormal firsthand, and this comes for the highest, right? The ones that are on the TV, right? That if they can't get to you in a paranormal level, they'll take it as far as going for your family. No, I've seen it firsthand. I've
Right.
seen screenshots of it for people that you wouldn't expect.
Mm.
I have watched the highest ones or any ones encouraging their followers to go and bully the people. It's really, really horrible. And I'm sorry, but see, at the end of the day, if you want to be in the paranormal as a business, you keep the business side to the business and you
Yeah.
leave the personal life alone.
Yeah.
See, when you're taking pictures of people's children off their profile, how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
I would hate
Not
anyone.
paranormal, is it?
Anyone.
It's not paranormal.
Uh-huh. Definitely. See, at the end of the day, you're doing the paranormal, right? So, I hate this word with a passion. It's my biggest bugbearer. See, when people say they're an expert, that drives me to the brink because I think, really?
Yeah, you'll find that's a lot of the time. That's the production teams. I know
Kelly.
I know people that are on TV shows, and it's the production teams that label them as experts, and not the people. And although you can have experts in certain, like in tech, in certain aspects of the paranormal, you can't be a paranormal expert because how can you be an expert in something we can't prove?
Exactly.
Yeah, experience. It should be replaced by the word experienced.
Yes.
Definitely. I mean, right, I'm going to use Kelly's prime example. I've seen Kelly and her wife go through so much to the point where it's actually affected their marriage, right? And it's pure and utter bullying. And I just think to myself, there's just no need for it. So, and I've had it done to myself. I've had the bullying myself. To me, personally, do I give a hell shit? No. Why do I not care? Because I've got people who know what I'm like. And if they people want to believe Tom, Dick, or Aunt Harry about me, I can't say to them, you know, like obviously change their mind. If they want to believe somebody, believe them. That's no true friend. And it's certainly no true follower, you know what I mean? Evening, Mr. Seedon. But if I had to put another thing in the paranormal code of conduct, it would be definitely, as you say, Ian, respect. And it's not even just respect to the spirits, it's a respect to the buildings. See, if somebody's organising a venue, right, they are the ones that are liable for anything that happens. It's not the actual person themselves. Like, an event, for example. So I love doing these examples, right? So I book, say, the Waverley Sanatorium, right? Used to come along as a guest. Bride decides, screw you, I'm not going to stick with you. And he wanders off and he gets angry. So he destroys something. It's not Bride that's liable for it. It's me that's liable for it. Because it's my name that's on that forum.
Yeah.
So it's also about being mindful, and it's also about being mindful to other investigators who actually want to go to that building. Because if somebody ruins it, that building will just say, do you know what? I don't want paranormal investigators about here, which I've seen firsthand was Dundonald. Dundonald Castle. Now, it was hard enough to... My friend who got that place tried so hard with them, eventually got the building. It wasn't anything to do with us, because we were respectful, but it was the next lot that went in after us. Somebody climbed away up where they shouldn't have been climbing up and threatened to jump off. And it was a case of Dundonald Castle. First thing that Dundonald Castle went, nah, we're not having any more investigators. And I just thought, that's a shame, because what if I wanted to go back there? I can't go back there. And I just think it's horrible. Be respectful, be mindful. You're ruining it for everybody else.
Yeah, I totally get that, but that's another reason why my code tells me I won't do paid venues, because there's a lot of contrived, and like you say, that code, that insurance side of things, they're included as a code, and it's not. It's not. Insurance is insurance, like you said. People spoiling it for other people. That's nothing to do with the paranormal, is it, really? It's all to do with the venue and the charge for it and what could have happened insurance-wise. This is why I'm a singleton, and, well, for the most part. And I have found an inlet. I'm doing a lot of churches. Churches are open churches. You can wander around quite freely. You can do your bit respectfully, and there's no comebacks. Nobody's going to say anything or do anything. There could be other people milling about as well. And as long as you don't get them on camera and you respect, like you said, I don't film gravestones as such. If I do film a gravestone, you won't be able to see what it says on it. Because again, that for me is a part of respect. That spirit, if there is a person in spirit from that grave, I don't want them bandied about. It's their existence.
Yeah.
So, I see things a lot different to most people. And I stick to that. I really would like everybody else to do the same thing, follow the trend, because there's far too many venues popping up because they haven't got an income of any other kind. They're jumping up for a normal bandwagon and say, "Oh, we've got a haunting," and then there's a 90% of investigators, or so-called investigators. I'm going to get my nose pushed out here. They're not sensitives. They don't know whether there's a spirit there or not. They listen to the little gadgets and everything else and talk to them. They're not talking to spirit. They're talking to gadgets. And they get a response and they, right, we'll jump on this. And there's 90 other people in that building doing exactly the same. And everybody's got different. How does that work out? You know what I mean? It's just too contrived. There's a lot of contrived carrying on, shall we say?
I mean, the fact of people disrespecting properties when they're there when someone else has arranged an event or whatever is proved by the fact that for most places you go to now, you have to have 5 million public liability, which is an extortionate amount. Yeah, but exactly. It's because of people going in and causing damage.
Yeah.
I mean, in most cases, most places, you wouldn't need more. 1 million would be acceptable. I mean, that's going to cover, probably you could buy the building for that, but...
Eric says, I'm here. And it says, some of them think they know all and lord it over others. They can never be questioned. How can they with their superior knowledge? Bev says, funny. Wade says there's quite a few places have either restricted access or stopped paranormal investigations for such things. Hi, Anthony. Bev says true. Hey, Rita. Anthony
Hey,
says,
Rita.
yeah, one bad group will mess up the place to visit. Hello, Siobhan. It's nice to meet you. I'm Lois. This is Ian and Bri. Eric says, I know it pisses me off because it's going to cost me more under the table to get. Hi, Nicola. Annette says, spot on, Bri. Lois's favourite drink. Aye, well, I'm moving on to cherry cola. I love cherry cola. Here's the thing, right? And I'm gonna aim this at Ian, right? Do you think? Don't worry. I'm being nice to you, English. Hey, Mandy.
Well, straight away
So-
she insults me.
Shut up. I've been calling you English for day one. Right. Here's the thing, right? Because you do more private investigations than actual events. Do you think that home investigations should have the same paranormal conduct? Or do you think it would be different?
No, I mean, our ethics code is quite high level. I mean, we're in someone's house, so we respect everything. We don't
Spot
talk.
on.
If we suspect there's something malicious in the house, we certainly don't
Hey,
tell.
Irish Damon.
We certainly don't tell the client, because all you're going to do is put them in fear. So we'll investigate respectfully, and you're in someone's house, so you've got to treat it like you're in someone's house. And then you find out what's there, and if there's something quite malicious there, it will be between us. We'll be discussing
Hey,
it
Holly.
out of their earshot. But I've seen investigators go into private houses and, oh yeah, you got a demon in your house, and it's people that have mental health issues as well. You certainly don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the first thing I do, I mean, we probably are pretty similar, Ian, but the first thing that I'll do is I have a sit down with that owner first. That's the first thing you're going to do anyway. You're going to have a conversation. But over a phone, over text, it's different. So you do exactly the same follow-up, but in person. That's the first thing you do when you get to an investigation. You sit down and you gauge that person's personality, whether they can, what sort of information they can take, how you need to treat them. It's all respect. And if they can take it, if they're quite open and everything like that, then you'll divulge everything as it's happening.
Yeah.
If they are vulnerable, then you'll do your investigation. You'll keep the things that may push them over edge or make them nervous, keep it to one side, and you'll write it down. And you'll only divulge certain bits. Again, it's almost like being a practitioner. And that's the way I treat it. I mean, I do Reiki and I do tarot. And you've got to gauge a person's personality to how you can speak to them.
Yeah.
So you're thinking everybody different.
Yeah, I mean, even in the case when we've gone to a house and there's nothing there, we don't make a big thing out of it. We sort of like, okay, well, the house seems fine, blah blah blah. We'll try and explain a few things off, but we won't make them out to be stupid or anything. It's like, okay, we'll do a cleansing just to be sure, blah blah blah, and then come away. So, the fact that there was nothing there, we're not going to say, oh, you're going mad, it's in your head, blah, blah, blah. We're completely respectful. We say, okay, well, you may have had activity here, but there's nothing here now. So, and that's the way we leave it.
Well, Annette's not putting the head. Don't go into a house if you've no idea what you're doing. Totally, I agree with that statement 1,001%.
Yeah. My team spend a lot of our time going in when ghost hunters who haven't got a clue what they're doing go into someone's house and, oh, yeah, we'll deal with your haunting. And basically all they do is go in and say, yeah, you've got a ghost, and then leg it.
Yeah. Eric says, Ian is... Don't tell him he's right, because I'll never hear the bloody end of it. Ian is right. If you seem to have scared the crap out of poor people looking for help, without a doubt. And it's not just that. I'm finding, right, people are coming into the paranormal and they're coming in for the entirely wrong reasons. They're coming in either for the fame or the money.
Yeah.
That's the two ones, right? And it annoys me. It really, really pisses me off because these people then become successful. I'm quite happy being that small fish in the bowl that nobody wants to know. That's fine. I have my circle where I will go to people. But to come in and use it, and there is one in particular team that comes into my head. I don't know if they're still going. I'm guessing probably not, right? There's one team that comes into my head that are in it totally for the money. It's not for anything else. And this person is openly admitted that they're in it for the money. And these are the type of people I've got to say that I'm just like, what the hell? And the best it is, their medium, I know personally because I worked with her in a different team, and she is the most disrespectful medium I have ever had I wouldn't even say it was a pleasure to meet, because she was so rude. It was unbelievable. She was disrespectful to not only the spirit, she was disrespectful to us guys. She was very, very, she was terrible. She was really, really terrible. The worst one that I've ever had the horror working with.
And that's personality, and it comes across. So they're never really successful. They're successful with a certain amount of people,
Thanks,
which are
Mandy.
like-minded people. So they're never going to really get anywhere in that respect. Even I just think it's a shame. I think it's a shame, and I don't know if all our audience, really, most of our audience, know exactly his backgrounds. Ian's very similar to me. He's got his own group. You never see him posting. You never see him publicising or promoting, sharing his stuff onto other groups. I'm exactly the same. My group's my group, and if you want to see me stuff, you come on and have a look at it. You join the group, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
But I just here for the money or the lack.
All my stuff is confidential, so it's only now and again, maybe when I get a cracking VC that I might want to have someone else's opinion on. I'll ask the client, "Are you happy for me to show this?"
Yeah,
and they'll say, "Yeah, go ahead." Apart from that, you won't see any of our. I mean, I've got some cracking evidence over the years, and trust me, mind blowing. But it's
William says, truth is, there's no regulation. People can say and do what they like. Exactly, William. And that is the problem. And I think if the paranormal world would ever come up with something such like a code of conduct, oh my God, there'd be an out-and-out war.
But at the end of the day, anyway, these people will come and go. The genuine paranormal field will still be here. I mean, I'm still in the field after 25 years. So
yeah, and I've been at it longer than that as well. So it's like I've said, I really think, if anything, if there could be any sort of division, unfortunately, because there's some cracking people in entertainment industry, but if we could make a clear cut from investigating and
entertainment. Yeah. Michaela says the paranormal
more credibility.
Definitely. Michaela says, hi, love. The paranormal field has got so much out of hand with people want to be famous and rich. We're in the paranormal field to make friends, get evidence and help people anywhere we can. I totally agree with it, Michaela. Yeah. Here's the thing as well, right? I would say, and I might be wrong, right? So quote me if I'm wrong, guys. I would say 85% to 90% of folk don't want to post their work anymore. Right? This is just my opinion. Because you could have the best evidence in the world and you would still get berated. I could show you guys the best evidence, but do you know what? I would only show it to the closest to people to me, but I wouldn't put it out there on the net because, as I say, it's just belittle. And the thing about it is everybody's entitled to opinion, free speech. Mind you, don't get free speech in the 20th century, but never mind. Everybody has an opinion, and that is fine. It's good to have an opinion, and it's a good to have a agree to disagree. I mean, I have it with the boys. I have it talking about yous. I have it with yous. I have it with Nick. I have it with anybody, right? I always keep it respectful, right? But I've seen in so many groups, and I am horrified, what turns into a nice, healthy debate turns into carnage. And the carnage is, it becomes personal. And then it insults pictures. And then it insults. I've seen it to the point where I've thought, holy, why is admin no stepping in here? Why is it? Do you know there's one group that's got 70,000 members? I don't even know what it'll be up to now. That is so bad with carnage and scammers and everything else. I am like, admin has no control over this group. Absolutely no.
They probably invite it because it's notoriety, and some people believe that publicity is publicity, whether it's good or bad. Unfortunately, I go on personality, and if anybody that knows me knows I'm genuine. Simple as that. It is as simple as that. But I don't go into this public realm for the reasons that you've just given, because it is carnage otherwise. I keep my group small, and the people that are in my group, they like to see what they like to see. If they want anything, it's a bit like our discussions. If anybody wants a particular view of something, I'll try my best to attain that. I always keep in touch with them, and I'm asking them questions. What would you like to see? Are you happy with what you're getting, type of thing? And if they're enjoying it, they're enjoying it. Simple as that.
And do you know what I would love to see in the paranormal field? And it doesn't happen a lot. It really doesn't happen a lot. But I would love to see people just working together. You been to this location? Aye, what did you think? It was really, really good. Well, I'm a wee bit stuck. I'm a wee bit stuck because I've got this person, but I can't find the research, or I can't find the information. Where would I find that information? See, working together that way. I'm not talking about like you've got to kiss each other's asses, but have that acquaintance. I have a small circle who I really would go to for information. And do you know the best guest I've ever had in my life? And I was so hell nervous interviewing him, but see, listening to him, he talked a lot of sense, and it was Dr. Cal Cooper. See, listening to Dr. Cal Cooper and listening to him talk about the paranormal and everything else, he was telling me things that I actually sat back and thought, do you know what, Cal? I've never ever thought of it that way. But now that you're describing it, then I would love to get him back on. I truly would. I would still be shitting my pants, but I would love him back on.
But the good thing with the likes of Cal and Kieran O'Keefe and that, they keep us grounded.
Yeah.
Because they're as skeptical as hell, but they give you alternative reasons for paranormal, and you've got to at least consider what they're saying. You might not agree with it, but And another good person to filter, Ashley Nib, very out the box thinker. He comes up with some great, theories on stuff, and again, it you might not agree, but it does make you think.
William says the paranormal world has always been like that since MH. Wayne says, my only income is from my books. I don't care about getting rich from presenting. I do it. It's not why I do it. Michaela says, respect is the key. Thanks, Nicola. Michaela says, if we see anybody on our page not respecting other people, we remove them. Definitely, Michaela. Yeah, left a few groups because of that. Hey, William. Hey, William, it's Wild Bill even. He'll kick my bum. Holly, I can wait to work with some people in April. MH is the worst when it comes to removing people. I've managed to join their Facebook group no less than 15 times over the last 5 years. And each time they've banned me for telling the truth and knowing too much. Here's a problem, right? And it's not only just MH, right? I have watched a certain person. I'm not naming any names because for the love of God, I'll probably be named in a 2.5 hour video for being a troll. But I have seen, hey, that did happen to me. Everybody will know what I'm talking about anyway, because everybody watched it. Yes, I was named for a troll, which is quite ironic because the people that it came for ain't exactly fucking angels themselves. But that's by the by. So, as I was saying, yes, I can totally understand what William was saying because I have seen people who haven't agreed with a certain person and that certain person has took it upon themselves to go, well, you know what? Look. And it's like, your followers, hey Chantel, right, if you've got followers, right, who support you, who fund your lifestyle, and people might not like what I've just said, right? This is not a dig at. This is a dig at up at the higher end of the market, right? If you've got followers who follow you, pay a shit ton of money. Now, I'm imagining that Patreon will be dear. I've actually seen Patreon being dear, but not from a paranormal point of view, from a gaming point of view. If these people are paying that money, you should have the common decency to let them have an opinion because they're funding your fucking lifestyle. They're funding what you do. And at the end of the day, as I've said, and I've always said this, and I would love for any of the big teams to reach out to me, I would, when I say this. But do you know what? See for what these people pay you, have the fucking decency to 1 month maybe say, do you know what? See for everything that you guys do for me. Now, bear in mind, they would be nobody if it was for their followers. And now I'm getting into a rant about it. But if it wasn't for them supporting these people would be nothing. So why don't you have the common decency to give them something back and give them a month, 2 months free viewing, free Patreon.
The thing is, they're giving them their patronage. They're giving their followers exactly what they want, or they wouldn't be following them. So this says a lot about the audience as well. If they, unlike us, because we've got morals and codes and one thing or another, if we were as big as them, it would say that the world is all good. It's right. But because they don't, what does that tell you? In essence, it's a boatload of bollocks, really. These people are doing it, and people like it. They like to see
Wayne
stuff.
says, I was admin for the MH group. I got balking off AKB because I disagreed with your rules. William says they do that to everyone in the big teams by viewers. Here's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, guys, and this will horrify you. A certain gentleman, right, made fun of someone. Now, I don't know if this person was in that situation or wasn't in that situation, of the most horrific abuse that anybody can suffer in life, right? This person made a comment which I will not repeat. So, right, people were defending him, and I wrote with such anger, right? And I got banned for this, by the way.
Yeah.
Because this person, all these listy people, were making a justification about it and saying, oh, he's been through so much. Oh, he's suffered this. Oh, he's having a terrible time. He said that out of anger. Are you fucking mental? If that was a normal John in the street, he would be called everything but the kitchen sink for his comment. But because it's that person, and because you pay a load of money to watch him, and you think the sun shines out his arse, I was like that. Are you serious? And then the next thing I get banned.
Yeah. I did hear a funny story talking about MH. There was a woman that bought tickets for one of their events, and she was saying in a random chat, you know, oh yeah, I know it's fake, but I'm going because it's quite entertaining. They actually cancelled her tickets.
Look at, oh my God.
She said in a chat that she knew it was fake and she was only going for the entertainment, so they cancelled her tickets.
Oh, that's
unbelievable.
That is actual mental. Imagine doing that. It's mob mentality. I couldn't agree more. The sun shines out my arse. Aye, so you say, Eric. Hi, Laura.
Because he lines himself up with it and opens his mouth so it comes out.
It's like I've said, I mean, a lot of people like sound of their own voice at the end of the day. They get on a pulpit and runway, and people like to listen. If you're entertaining, you're entertaining. And you can come out with a load of shite, really. But if you're entertaining, I mean, look at evangelists, for example, making billions a day by getting up and coming out with a load of bollocks. But it works. They have an audience. They have an audience.
And another problem is, you know, I won't mention your names in particular, but you get some skeptical investigators that, you know, oh, I'm a skeptic, blah, blah, blah. And then they're in a haunted house and, oh, there's a demon there. And you hear a cry. Well, did you hear that? They turn into a vet Fielding. And you think, well, hang on, you're supposed to be telling everyone that you're a skeptic. But every time a blooming cat farts, there's a blooming demon in the house.
Yeah.
You know?
All entertainment. And there's people sit there avidly watching all this and going, oh, yeah, I heard it. No, you didn't. Simple as that.
It's not even that. Do you know, we did interviews for the first ever team I was in. I'll never ever forget it. It was so funny. And we did interviews for you people to come in to the team. And one of the guys' interviews was, I had to try and keep my face straight. And it was one of the questions was, what has brought you into the paranormal? Why do you want to do the paranormal? And he answered, because of the ghost shows. Because I watched the ghost shows. And I was trying to keep a straight face. And I just looked down to my papers because I'm thinking to myself, people come in, some people, I'm not saying all people come in, but most people come in with the illusion that just because you've watched a ghost show, that's how it is in the paranormal. But you could sit 6, 7, 8, 9, how many hours without any evidence at all,
Yeah.
without anything happening. And do you know what? To me, that's not a wasted night because you're still going out and you're still being part of a building that you've probably always wanted to go to. So the way that I see it is that I don't mind the whole sitting about because at the end of the day, you're getting to know that building as well. If you go back, but I've seen people take temper tantrums and all because, oh my God, the paranormal's rubbish. I came in here and this isn't happening in the ghost shows. It's all always go, go, go. Are you nuts? That's entertainment. That's to get the viewers. That's to draw in numbers.
Yeah, it's same with me when I go out. I mean, I'm out most weeks, as you know, and I'll do my little videos.
Ian will love that comment.
I do these little videos of my churches and one thing or another, and surroundings, and for the most part, the nice little videos. Give a little bit of history and use the usual things: font, stained glass, altar, pipes, organ pipes, different variations and style of the building, because everybody thinks churches are the same shape and size, and they're not. But that's what it is. And 1 out of 10, I'll get some activity. And if I do, it's great. But for the most part, no, it's just a nice little video. And I don't profess for it to be anything else. You know, I'm not going to start my video and say, "Oh, tonight, guys, we've got a demon or a no."
Oh, I hate that word.
Yeah, I mean, let's just face it, demons are very few and far between. And they're not known for advertising the fact they're there.
No.
That's not what they want you to know. They'd rather you didn't know they were there. So, you know, they're not going to go demon on a recorder, are they? You know.
No.
It's certain people like Zach Bagans, I reckon it's the spirits calling him one because of the way he's acting.
I reckon it's to be honest.
Well, they would view him as being, because he's being nasty. He taunts them. He comes out with things, and you know they would view him as being you're a demon. You know,
he's changed. That guy has changed from being such a decent fella to when he first started, and even his looks. He looks like a man possessed. That's the only thing I can say, really.
Maybe it's too much of the old DRUGS.
he's possessed by money. That's what he's possessed by.
William says, YF added me as a friend. I messaged her numerous times about the show, not got one single message from her. Think I scared her off with my profile pic. I absolutely love the fact you've got Alistair Cowley. Funny enough, me and Ian did a show about a couple of months ago about Alistair Cowley. We'll do it again, William, and we'll make sure that you're on. Anthony says, yes, Spirit that loved to play jokes in living as he did when they was alive. Do you know, I would love to see them terrorising investigators. I would. That would be so funny.
With to William as well, you know, never know, we might actually be able to get Crowley on as well.
I think that if we're honest, totally honest, if we look at the paranormal industry, and it is an industry these days, on the whole, and the actual success and interaction with spirit, how many people can really call themselves experts or anything anyway? We still, to this day, even though me and Ian's had a lot of success and activity and proof of the paranormal, it's so small in the scheme of things.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in
Yeah.
the field. I've lived with the paranormal my whole life, basically.
Yeah.
But I've been
Yeah.
active in the paranormal field for 25 years. John Zaffis has been active in the field for 40 years plus.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we're still learning.
Exactly.
Every day. Do you know what? In life, guys, we're learning every day. Right? I don't care what this is. Every day is a school day, right? Because you're always learning and it never stops. With the paranormal, it will never stop in my generation, my boys' generation, further on.
I tell you, as far as the paranormal goes, I've basically dealt with every situation going. But no two cases are ever the same. So
Exactly. My
the
personality.
experience I got from one case might not fit the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good to talk to other people who have had similar situations and what happened there, and how they dealt with it, because the answers are never the same.
Yeah. It's full interaction. And again, personalities. Even
Yeah.
spirit
Yeah.
and personality. And if you treat them like the people they used to be,
Yeah.
you get a lot further. You can't just tie everybody with same rope.
No.
Aye.
And
Wayne
another thing,
says we have more proof of ETs than we do spirit.
Yeah.
That's very true, but
yeah, I've got ET up in the loft.
I've got ET there. ET phone home.
It's another thing that people don't consider when you go into someone's houses. You've got to consider their belief system,
Yeah.
the belief system of what's in the house,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't go in and start chanting the Holy Bible for a Native American spirit. I mean, what's that going to
And
do?
No.
this is why I said that that initial conversation is the
Yeah.
most important thing, because you're gauging everything about the place and the people in it, and their personalities, and you've got to act accordingly.
Yeah. I mean, if you're generally dealing with a demon, yeah, they won't like the fact you're reading out the Bible. So, but
Yeah.
how often do you come across one of them? Very rare.
Exactly, but you'd explain that to the owner, that's the reason that you're doing it. You wouldn't shock them by doing that, and it being a shock, more of a shock to them, when you're supposed to be doing them a service.
But yeah, and as well, if the people in the household are not of a Christian belief, they have their own ways of dealing
Yeah.
with such things. So you need to research that as well and maybe use their method, because their belief in what you do is just as important as anything else. Because
Yeah.
if they believe it's going to work, it will work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's even so much as well as the power of suggestion. It's amazing the amount of people that go out with the mentality, I'm gonna get something, I'm gonna get something, I'll go get something, go out and every little
You
second,
will
what
bring a
what
ginger milk.
what's that? What's that? And it's like, oh, do you know, I never used to believe the power of suggestion until I've witnessed it. And I've been like that. Yeah, the power of suggestion actually works here. Do you know, I'm getting more and more. See, when I talk to people like Cal Cooper and other people, I say to myself, they're actually writing what they're saying. Like, I used to be a naive, pure 100% believer, but the further that I've got into the paranormal, the further that I've pulled back and been more like, no, wait, no, let's use the logic part of the brain. Don't you say anything, you fucker. The logic part of the brain. I can
Yeah,
see your wee hamster wheel going round and round and round.
that's in your foot, isn't it?
Fuck you, asshole. And I say to myself, do you know what? It could be this, or it could be that, or it could be anything before I'd believe it's paranormal. You've got a net laughing.
Now, as you say, I mean, people who know me know I'm a complete believer because of lived with it my whole life. I've seen so much that I can't disbelieve that ghosts exist. It's just, you're never going to convince me otherwise. But when I go into a place, I go in there not expecting anything, and I go in there with a skeptical mindset. And that is the only way you're going to get credible evidence.
Yeah,
Totally agree.
pretty similar. I will try and debunk anything to the point that I can't debunk anymore. You know what I mean? And then I'll take notice and I'll interact. It's all about common sense at the end of the day, and there's not a lot of people and not a lot of groups got a lot of that because they're all chasing.
I agree, William.
I'll give you a funny instance, right? I bought a new voice recorder and I was the only person in the house. And I just thought I'd give it a try for mic levels and see what the sound's like. And I asked, is there anyone here that wishes to talk to me? When I played it back, someone had responded, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well,
who the hell was that?
Steve says, agreed, lol. Hi, Steve. But no, definitely. And it's quite good that we're having quite discussions like this tonight. Because I think it's really, really vital in the paranormal world to have these sort of discussions, and it's good that we've had people come in tonight that are on that same level, and it's all been calm and collective.
And if anybody wants
probably
to
talk too soon
afterwards, or comment in his groups, one thing or another, feel free. And if you want us to continue this topic, let us know.
Aye. Well,
another thing as well that I notice a lot in groups, like you've probably mentioned, with people taking a mick and all that, you have to be diplomatic. I have people send me videos all the time, and it's a fly, and I just say to them, look, you've caught a fly. That's all it is. And I say, look, if you get anything more, send it to me and I'll check it over. And it's come to the fact that they have genuine activity in their house and they've caught it on camera. But like for the first 3 things they've sent me, it's been a fly, it's been dust.
I don't know why as well. For some reason, and it's going back a bit, I think it started in 80s, when there were a lot of ET activity in Mexico.
Yeah.
And it continued into what they call ribbons. And these are insects caught in flight. Now, whether they use different equipment or the atmosphere is such that for some reason, it was all these ribbons in Mexico and ETs and one thing or another. I found it fascinating, and it did take me a while to click that these were indeed insects in flight, like in slow-mo. But I like it like that. One similar, an investigation I did in Nottingham, in a factory.
She's drunk again.
I'm not drunk.
The being seeing these lights apparently passed from one factory room into another. It turned out they were fireflies.
Yeah.
And they were
I think fireflies are brilliant, Ian. Things.
Yeah, those little ghosty buggers, them.
Well,
the rogue.
They thought it was something else because it was quite luminous, and there weren't so many. And for them to disappear through a wall, what could that be, And it were fireflies. Not something you expect to see in rural Nottingham.
Steve, thanks very much, Steve. We'll take that as a compliment. First time you're refreshing to your positive views and approaches. Thanks very much, Steve. That really does mean a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, Steve.
Robert says this iron brew does strange things to
yeah, dyes your hair red.
I'm on the Terry Coke tonight, folks. I did have iron brew, but it's finished.
What she doesn't tell you it was normal Coke. She's put cherry brandy in it.
I'm on the.
No, you can pee off. He's trying to steal my cherry Coke. I don't think so.
Carlsberg.
So I just want to thank everybody for who's come in tonight and for your views and everything. It's much appreciated. Again, I love the fact that it's been really, really calm and collective, and we've respected each other's views and things like that, because it's always positive to hear things like that.
Well, I'm not being funny, but genuine people in the field do respect each other's views.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely. Next Friday is going to be a cracking show, because we have the only Barry John. I cannot wait to have Barry John again. Well, He's the first time obviously been on the show, but I used to do Barry John's development class. So I absolutely love Barry John. He's really, really good. Nicola, Robert says, was it one of those Christmas markets that were selling moonshine? You've been too high in that moonshine, Robert. But next week we'll have Barry John. He's absolutely brilliant. The week after, we're going to have Brian Baker back on. We had Brian Baker back in August, so he's coming on the 22nd. And then I'm sad to tell you guys that we will be breaking up for Christmas. Break for Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
But I'll be in the middle, doing that Robert's put. So he's aerobics. Robert's just put me off because he said that's great stuff, that moonshine. I can imagine. I'll be in the middle because I'm doing the natural disaster 2004, the tsunami that hurt and destroyed a lot of lives. So I'll be doing that. That'll be on a Thursday at 9 p.m. So that'll be the 28th of December. And plus it's a wee check-in to see how everybody is, because this is a horrible time of year. And Bri himself, and what I love about Bri is that he will let MD reach out if you are feeling lonely, if you have got no one. You can reach out to myself, Ian, Bri. Any member of the team will always be there on hand to obviously speak to you guys. And then we will be back officially on the 5th of January. So we've came far, and this is going to be our second year next year. Ian, how do you feel about that? 2 years we've been together.
2 years imprisoned. Oh.
Be a wee bit more thingy about it. Yeah. So on Monday you've got those two good looking gruesome twosome for the Dark Mirror show talking about aliens as usual. Tuesday, Simply Spooky, I have no idea because I wasn't on last week, so I don't know what the subject is. On Thursday we are talking about Tesla. That's what we're doing on Thursday. And next week,
I guess that's Nicola's Tesla, not the car.
Yes, that's Nicola's Tesla. Oh, he left of the good looking. What, no spooky for that long?
When she calls you good looking, Wayne, she's after something.
If you're rich, Wayne, you never know.
Run.
But definitely, looking forward to next Friday. We all love Barry John. He's so brilliant. Yeah. He's so down to earth. So
I had the pleasure of being read by Barry John, and he blew me away. And not only that, he was Colin Fry. Colin Fry was his mentor. So
Wayne's running. He's going out the door. He's like, "Good night." But no, he really is. I mean, I've had readings, but nothing quite like Barry John gave me. Barry John really blew me away, and there was things that he brought up nobody knew. So it was like Whoa, Wayne leaves the building. See, you've scared Wayne away. God's sake.
He's not just
Thank
leaving
you,
the
Ben.
building, he's actually moving home, so you don't know where he lives.
I'm telling you, Mr. Barrow, see if I get a message from Wayne telling me he's not doing Thursday anymore, I'm going to kick you in the shins. Thanks very much, Mandy. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny.
The best person I've ever known is a guy that we're on with Viv and Dan. He's from Holland. Holland.
Oh my God, I absolutely love him. If he wasn't the other way, I would run away with him because he's so gentle and so loving. And the good thing
nobody's ever read me at all, and he got me.
Hey Laura, have a good rest over Christmas and happy Christmas and New Year. Thank you very much, Annette. Thank you. It means a lot. Same to you. Same to you. But you guys have a good weekend and tune in with us next week. Stay safe, and I hope you are all going to have a good weekend with your Christmas shopping. I'm ready. To you too. Wayne, alright, wait now, sorry, I'll promote Mr. Wayne Seedon presents Booking Ori Christmas Special on the 24th, 10 PM GMT time. Check Wayne out, he's really, really good.
Yeah.
Right, Wayne, I want my cash up front.
It's the spooky story of spending Christmas with Lois.
Hey, we could write a story about that, Wayne.
Oh.
But good night, everyone. Good night.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
See you later.